Let me unmute TeamSpeak. Let me unmute Dota, because I had a crash as we loaded in. That was me. Anyway, this is the Join Dota League playoffs. We are in the lower bracket, but this is the lower bracket semi-finals match. So if you can get through to the finals, I believe if you win the lower bracket finals, you're into the upper division. I am Llama Down Under. I am joined by the wonderful KVO, who's going to be helping me out with this cast, dropping big, fat knowledge bombs about Dota. How you doing?
Going on? Doing well. I'll try to keep the coughing to a minimum.
Oh, no worries. And yeah, I am having a great time already. I already like smacked my face accidentally on my table. It was good stuff. Because I was laughing too hard at all the copy pastas in chat. So we're gonna be getting into this though. And we've got this is Out of Our League versus E's Disciples. I know Out of Our Leagues is kind of seen as the underdog, but I'm not so sure. You know, I often think in these games, kind of anything can happen. Even though it is a best of 3 and new patch.
It's a new patch, so they might pull out something weird that they haven't seen before. So.
Yeah.
I know E's Disciples love Clockwork, so they ban it first.
That makes a lot of sense. And the Bounty Hunter. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the new Bounty? Do you still think he's first ban?
I think that nerf was like really hard, like the vision. A lot of information that you don't get, and you can't like keep tracking them off of that one track, you know.
Yeah.
But I think he's balanced-ish, but I'm not sure. Maybe people are just comfortable playing him now, so they want to get him out of the way first. And I don't know. But let's see if do you know if the Ogre has been? I feel like Ogre is
Ogre's been
super
picked.
strong.
Yeah, he's been picked almost every game. He has an abysmally low win rate. I feel like the problem...
Wait, he has a low win rate?
Yes. He's got like
Really?
25% or something right now, but he's getting picked a lot. It seems like a lot of the problem is people don't know how to either itemize him or just kind of figure out exactly where to put him to be super effective, because we've seen him off lane, we've seen him support, he just doesn't do as much. Either way, we got Quap, I think she's still fantastic, and then Tusk Dazzle.
Yeah, Quap is a comfortable hero for a lot of mid laners and safe laners. Like, I don't know, if you're a high MMR player, you probably play Queen of Pain. There's Ogre. But the Tusk Dazzle, that could be a support duo or a dual offlane, depending on who plays it on that team. So the Ogre, be interesting to see if he's going to be running around going crazy or just sitting in their jungle pulling. I would assume he's like, because Ogre's so tanky and like stupidly annoying at just like zoning out the enemy offlaner or the mid laner, so...
Yeah, that's what we've
effective.
seen. It's kind of reminiscent of that, you know, the Undying Tusk lane that was popular for a while just to make sure nobody gets fallen. People have been doing that with the Ogre, just zoning out the safe laner, which is always nice if you're up against a Spectre who also got
Well, that's a pretty good lane to go up against the Ogre, the Tusk Dazzle, I think.
Yeah. Don't know where this will be though. We've seen the Tusk played. Okay, I've actually seen the Tusk
if it's a support, then it's totally different.
Yeah.
But
I've seen him. I think it was E's Disciples, but I've seen him played mid. No, it was another team. They played him mid because there was a Bloodseeker mid, and Tusk did manage to cut him off. Yeah. No, that was Lost Patch though. You're right. So the Snowball was less OP, but
okay.
Either way, I think a lot of these bans also just making sense. The Phantom Lancer ban kind of... I feel like unless you're going to pick up Ember Spirit, you have to ban that guy out. Gyrocopter doesn't cut it as a counter for him, so...
I think Phantom Lancer is like really weak. I don't know.
How come?
Like, I feel like a lot of people have that same opinion too. Like, I hear a lot of... Like, I know Eternal Envy thinks Phantom Lancer's garbage, and like... I think he's kind of overrated. Obviously, he gets kind of ridiculous later, but I don't know.
This is another pickup I'm really interested to see exactly
so this means Tusk is the support now.
Yeah.
Legion will be offlane.
Most likely. I also think that she's actually quite strong. Even Lost Patch, I saw her used really effectively, and I'm excited to see what they can bring. Just that press the attack and overwhelming odds. I've seen Legions get like after they hit level 3 or so, they get every single CS with the overwhelming odds.
Legion, I think, is in a good place now, especially with the Dazzle for the Graves. So you can't, I mean, unless it's on cooldown or something, you should be okay with not giving away damage.
Yeah.
But they might be picking up as Lina back. This could be a Lina pick here.
Okay.
That's a pretty good combo, but
Beastmaster, I don't actually know how he was changed in the patch. I would have to check, and I will do that, but wasn't expecting him.
I think Beastmaster is extremely strong. Beastmaster is like, if you have a good Beastmaster player, I think he's almost invaluable. Like, the vision, the initiation, the pushing potential, like,
10 seconds
especially with the
remaining.
Bloodlust plus the Inner Beast, whoever's their core is going to be
5
off the
seconds
charts with
remaining.
attack speed later on.
Yeah, that's something we don't get to see as often, but yes, this Inner Beast,
Reserve
it's
time.
very... adds a lot, and we've even seen... I've seen some right-clicking quaps, they go the AC or whatever,
Yeah.
and you
yeah.
add all of those auras, you can get huge.
I think we could be seeing like a PA or a Lone Druid out of the Radiant, or I mean the Dire, but like we'll see. But I love the Lone Druid Ogre Magi combo. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, either way, now he's disciples. How do you play against someone like a Beastmaster when you know they're going to have the superior vision? Do you just try to make sure you always have wards up in good places? Is there really anything you can do?
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the Hawks. Like Legion's pretty good at that. With her Q, she can just up it wherever she thinks the Hawk is, and it's pretty big range, so you don't have to like guess. But Beastmaster can get kind of hard to deal with because he has 2 Hawks now, so it's a ton of vision and a ton of information that he gives the enemy or his team. So, and he's probably gonna be in the offlane unless they safe lane the Quap and put him mid. Not sure.
They can
but...
also do Quap offlane. We've seen that a few times. It was
yeah.
more popular last patch, I think, because there were so few offlaners. But a lot of offlaners got buffed this patch. And
Dire
Ember!
team
Ember's good. Ember's like really popular seems recently.
Yeah, I know
But-
he has a rough time in lane a lot, because he
Yeah.
typically loses against other mids, but he comes online very early.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see what he builds. Like recently, obviously there's the Battle Fury crit build, but I don't know if you saw Big Daddy's build with the Maelstrom like
10
Gotti.
seconds
No.
remaining.
It was like a stat. He had like 3.5k health or
5
something. It was
seconds
pretty
remaining.
funny. But I believe they had a
Radiant
stronger
team
core than
back.
what they're looking at with right now. So
Yeah. And out of our league still haven't shown us what exactly is going to be their kind of right-click carry. Quap can do
Yeah.
it, but she's not ideal. I guess Beastmaster can also build some right-click
Eh,
carry. I've seen
I think he's
Fodder
better
do
to
it.
just. Yeah, I think the
10
mech blink is
seconds
just
remaining.
better, but we'll see. The Necro book obviously
5
too. It's
seconds
just
remaining.
actually wow, Necro book with Ogre Magi Bloodlust is gonna be pretty funny.
Yeah, we can have.
Reserve
I don't know exactly how much is max attack speed. I know it's also limited by the attack animation itself.
Yeah, it's
But-
hero to hero, I think, but
Yeah, but necro creeps aren't limited, if I recall correctly. And necro
Really?
creeps, yeah, the necro creeps have like really
I didn't
fast.
know that.
They have really fast attack animation.
Right.
So you can buff them up with Bloodlust. You can buff them up, of course, with Inner Beast. They have their own little attack speed buff. You know, maybe add an Invoker with Alacrity in.
yeah.
It could be.
The Wraith King ban, that's kind of interesting. I
10
wasn't thinking of
seconds
that, but
remaining.
I
unless
think-
they play that a lot.
He's gotten a bit popular in the
5
European scene, at
seconds
least,
remaining.
as a carry that can just take everything you dish out at him.
Yeah, I saw
Right.
Loda playing him a couple days ago.
Reserve time.
So the only reason I'm surprised here, I guess, is it doesn't feel like E's
Radiant
disciples
team
have. I
pick.
mean, duels. You still win the duel if they die and resurrect. I thought.
Right.
And also, it doesn't feel like they have any long cooldown ults. Like I've seen people ban out the Wraith King when they're playing, you know, the Lina because they don't want to waste it in a fight.
Right.
But
So they just banned Skyra, so they're thinking that Legion is safe lane and Tusk is off lane, but I guess that makes sense. Not sure.
yeah, we'll see.
That was kind of
10
a safety
seconds
ban
remaining.
because Sky Legion is pretty much guaranteed dual damage.
Yeah, it does
5
feel like
seconds
though,
remaining.
if they went the Sky Legion build, I mean, how much lockdown do you really have? You have Searing Chains, which of
Reserve
course isn't for
time.
sure, and
Yeah,
you've got
that's-
Tusk Snowball. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dazzle Poison Touch as well, I guess, at max level.
They have a lot of single target, but I see what you're saying. The
Yeah. It feels a
AoE
bit
team fight would be
seconds
lacking.
remaining.
Yeah, there's Selena.
Yeah. And
So it's
she
gonna be
could
safe lane Ember, I think.
Okay. She could be support or like mid. It's again, we'll find out in a second when they actually
Yeah.
pick up their players. Oh, and just so folks know, I don't believe all of our leagues are stand-ins, and also Pingvachek isn't a stand-in either. It's just it takes a while for it to update who's on what roster. So
So they have all their players?
Yeah,
Both teams?
because
Okay.
EA's Disciple's been playing with this stack for a long time, and
10
I'm pretty
seconds
sure Out of Our
remaining.
League has as well. The last few times I've casted them, it's been the same stack. So
5
all
seconds
players
remaining.
here, because I know a lot of people care about whether there are stand-ins or not. What do you... Out of Our League, I mean, it feels like they've
Reserve
also
time.
got... They've got the Witch Doctor Cask, which I feel like...
Yeah, we're
helps a
gonna
bit.
see the hard carry right here. Not sure what could be PA. Razor. Okay.
Okay,
It wasn't what I was thinking, but that might be the mid, so they're probably gonna safe lane the Quap. Unless they just wanna push down the tower and... But
Yeah.
they want a mech, they want a timing. Unless Razor's not even gonna go mech and they're just gonna put it on Beastmaster, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's a kind of, as you mentioned, it's a very timing-oriented
Yeah.
lineup. It's that early push. I'm interested to see how well this is actually going to work, though, because we've seen this before where folks try to go for that early... Oh, and there's, of course, we're going to crash, even though that's supposedly fixed. We've got
Oh,
our first crash.
I didn't crash.
Oh, you didn't crash. You're so special. I
No.
crashed. So if anything exciting is happening, you're going to have to radio Dodo just for a few shakes of lamb's tail while I get back in. But I've seen this before where teams, if they don't hit their timing, they have to try to play for the late game. And Razor, I don't know if you can do it with a Razor.
Yeah, that's an issue, but
It also...
they have a... I think it's Quap safe lane, so it is gonna be Razor mid. So they're definitely gonna be a little bit weaker when it comes maybe past like 30 minutes compared to the Radiant. Actually, it's gonna depend on a lot of the duel wins. Like if Legion gets off to a good start, then it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah. The other thing I will be really interested to see is this mid matchup is meant to be one that Razor, well, I think if it's the Lina, which it is the Lina because Ping the Check is their mid laner. I don't know
So
who
actually,
wins
what
that.
Beastmaster's doing down here
30 seconds to
is like an old classic thing where you run straight down and go cut down all the trees in your off lane. And instead of going like the boar and the hawk, he went axes so he can clear out all these trees. He might even run back to base after he finishes this, but
Which exact trees? Can you draw on the map? Is it just...
yeah, down here it's
Yeah.
down on his off
Okay.
lane.
Just so that he can see over there and not
Yeah,
die?
so they can't rotate onto him. He doesn't have to like, so he can block the camp and then not have to waste a ward down here.
Yeah, you're right. He just went all the way back. I crashed again because,
He crashed again.
apparently you're immune. This is amazing. I've never costed
Yeah.
with someone who hasn't crashed at all. Are you in the game? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking.
This is amazing. But either way, just looking at these two lineups, do you have a favored lineup, or do you think it's really just a case of timings?
I think I like the Dire. I think Dire's lineup is more interesting, but Radiance will probably be easier to win with.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, but Razor should be able to match up pretty well against Lina, actually, in the mid lane.
Yeah, and speaking of that matchup, I'm now finally seeing it. I'm going to do a very... Oh, actually, she hits the Light Strike Array. A lot
Yeah,
of
that's
damage
pretty
going
good.
on Blazemon. That's a bit of a positioning mistake. I'm going to quickly do introducing Out of Our League, because we're a bit late, but that's, you know, the Crash
Oh, yeah.
City. We've got Blazemon on that mid lane up in top helping out. We've got LeBron on that support, Ogre Magi, Witch Doctor as well on Pelican. Ingman on the safe lane farming Quap. Really surprised to see that. And finally, German player on that Beastmaster, who he actually might be in a little bit of trouble now. He does have the Ice Shield, a nice little bit of a block there, but McGraw not getting close enough for the Searing Chains he hasn't skilled. And do you want to introduce...
Yeah, he went
Ease-
boots.
Yeah. Do you wanna
Beastmaster won
introduce
boots, so
these
he's
disciples?
yeah. I'll introduce. Let's see. We've got Teddy over on the Dazzle. Up in the off lane, we have the TOP. Is that his name?
Yeah, Top. I just call
TOP
him
on the
Top.
Legion.
I refuse to call him 4chan.
Yeah, 4chan. Ping Vince.
Ping the check.
Vinjicak. Yeah.
Ping the check.
On the Lina, and then Maui on the Tusk, and then McGraw farming safe lane on the Ember Spirit.
Okay, Blazemon just went down to about 25 health there. Pingachek hit another Light Strike Array in mid and just pounded into him. She doesn't even have points in
Oh
Fiery
wow, he
Soul.
almost died.
Like, I really was expecting this lane to be very even, just because Razor usually has a good time in lane against people, but Pingachek abusing these Light Strike Arrays.
Yeah, if he's landing him, he's probably gonna get a lot of capitalization on that.
Yeah. So Pingachek still has some trees and Blazemon all out of regen. Looking elsewhere, yeah, Legion's just gone to jungle. I don't know, how much utility can you actually get out of the jungle as a Legion commander? Like,
It's a
Super
lot
early
better
on?
than it used to be, but obviously it's not like optimal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he doesn't have to sit there and like suffer through the harassment that Ogre puts. So at least he's gonna get something out of, like, he's gonna get experience instead of, like, he would be getting nothing right now if he was stopped, so.
And we actually have a TP down bottom. They're walking in on Teddy. The boar is slowing, but I don't know if Witch Doctor can get close enough.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have Grave, so he's dead.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's very dead. He just is their first blood. Axe has come out.
I don't know why he didn't go. Grave.
I think that there was a mana reduction on Poison Touch, and I've been seeing more supports pick it up early on. But I too am surprised. I usually see people hold a point, if anything, just so they can get that emergency grave. But wow, Beastmaster.
The double bore is actually just ridiculous.
And he's going on Maui again.
Yeah,
Maui's probably gonna
down.
fall as well with the axes.
That
Okay.
was really good.
German player is off to a ridiculously good start. We're switching over to net worth just because we're not going to see all of this fantastic start. As an offlane Beastmaster, who I really expected to get nothing, you know, this guy had to go boots first. He is...
Yeah, he has Orb of Venom plus the Boar Slow, so that's like a ton of control.
Gosh, and now he's
and
working on
harass onto
McGraw.
the-
McGraw's
like,
trying
McGraw
to
might be
burn
dead.
him. Yeah, McGraw, no, I think McGraw's going to kill him. Oh, actually, there comes the nice coconuts coming out. McGraw now taking some auto attack damage. He should be fine. Teddy's here to help him out. Teddy, though, needs level 3. And this game not going in any way that I expected.
Beastmaster's a good hero.
Indeed. So, if you're a Beastmaster, you're off to this fantastic start. What are you rushing? Just the Necro Book, the Blink?
I would say Mech, and then Necro Book, maybe Blink, but yeah, probably Mech, unless Razor's going it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll be finding that out very shortly, and they're probably discussing it with their team. Okamate tried to help gank the Lina mid since Razor was having a hard time, but not able to
Oh,
really...
he thought they picked that illusion down there, and they snowballed and used chains on it,
Oh.
and it was just, which probably should have been called out because I know Tusk saw he got the illusions.
Yeah, and now we've got actually kind of nice Kulsk bounces. McGraw gonna take quite a bit of damage from the tower, just overextending a little bit. I've seen McGraw play before. He is very aggressive, but a little bit of a mistake there. And up top, Top is in trouble maybe. There comes the Ignite. Now they're gonna throw out to there. The Shadow Strike finally coming up, but I think Top's gonna be okay hiding in the trees. Teddy even rotating up here. And actually, Ingman in quite a bit of trouble. Clop level 1 blink is 15-second cooldown. They can get quite a bit more damage in on her, but I'm sure she'll be able to blink away. So,
Yeah, she's got 3 bottle charges still too.
Radiant's
And
top
she's actually
tower is
doing,
under attack.
she's leading the last hits, doing quite well for herself.
yeah. She
The
had a
top
free
lane.
lane. I mean,
Yeah.
they actually left it. I was really surprised, but happens. But
Razor's actually getting owned mid.
yeah,
I think maybe Ogre should have come mid when they realized that, oh, well, there's a kill down bottom.
I have
Probably
no
just chased
idea.
him
I was
down.
looking in this mid. It looks like
Yeah,
Beastmaster went
sorry.
super ham. No, not your fault at all. My fault for missing it. Beastmaster went super ham on the Tusk, and again, as we pointed out, those boar slows just OP. Did they stack with 2 bullets?
Look
He's
at
now
that.
going on McGraw. And even
That's
if McGraw gets the Flame Guard up, it's not going to help him. They actually stun him. He does put up the Flame Guard, so German player has to back out a little bit because he's taking a lot of damage. German player almost going down. Thank goodness for the heal. Oh,
Wow.
they get the last hit because
That was
axes are
nice.
physical. Oh.
Well played.
Okay, German player is wrecking house. He has been involved in every single kill. Not what I was... How do you salvage this lane, right? I don't want to say the lane is lost necessarily, but it's feeling...
No, it's 100% lost.
How do you salvage it?
Beastmaster's level 5 at 6 minutes, that's just... I don't even know. The Ember's just gotta figure out something. Like, he's either gonna have to adjust his build, 'cause he doesn't even have, like, full boots yet, but... Yeah, maybe the Lina has to rotate down, because obviously he's gonna be pretty aggressive and confident in this bottom lane now. But, we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was gonna say when they realized Legion left top, Ogre might have wanted to have gone mid and like mess with the Lina because he was just doing nothing top lane because Witch Doctor went bottom, and so Ogre might have done a little bit more mid,
Yeah.
just letting co-op solo.
They tried as well just then to use the remnants to gank Beastmaster, but they missed out on getting the Searing Chains on him, and instead he even just denied his boar. Like, this is horrible, right? Dazzle's hoping for a little bit of something, and he just can't get it. Beastmaster...
And I'm pretty sure that ward was fresh.
Yeah, they just placed it.
Yeah.
So, they're having a lot of trouble in this bottom lane. I'm really surprised. But either way, Beastmaster, they're now got a lot of folks rotating down for him. We've got Maui coming in. I mean, with all of this, you'd think they'd be able to get something. The Hawk, though, giving full vision, so German player backing
he
all the
sees
way
all
up.
that.
Radiant's top tower
And that's what you
is
talked
under
about, this
attack.
Hawk. It's just very powerful.
Radiant
So
structures are fortified.
they're only ahead by about 1.5k gold, but this is still, you know... Oh, Cop blinking aggressively forwards onto Top. Top is only level 4, the Light Strike Array way off the mark. Ingman coming in, but Top doesn't have anything he can do to stop this. There's an Ice Shot, it somehow blocks Ogre Magi. He's most certainly dead. Finally getting themselves on the board. Ease Disciples pick up a kill. So, wow.
Good rotations. Good response. Quap didn't use her ult there and she had double damage. She might have been able to pick off somebody, but did Dazzle go top? Yeah, Dazzle wasn't even there, so they might have misplayed that, but obviously when you see all those TPs, you kind of just like immediately run.
Yeah. Definitely something where you're not always sure, and if there are other people hiding in the trees, right, you're a little bit scared. I think Beastmaster's working on the Necronomicon now, I'm gonna guess. I don't think he's a typical
he's going.
Sant and Yasha. Oh gosh, he just uses the bloody shout, McGraw taking a lot of damage. There's the immediate Shallow Grave. Coconuts are bouncing, he's gonna get away with that Remnant. He had placed a super deep Remnant. He was scared. And yeah, there's our first Primal Roar. Not quite latching, but certainly getting... Oh gosh, Razor has a haste. Of course he does, McGraw. Oh, he Remnants out of it, but now he's back in the danger zone. Does Teddy have anything for him? He dodges the swords. The axe is coming out, McGraw taking a lot of damage. He pops up that Flame Guard. Not going to save you from that piercing damage, but oh, the ball goes down, and holy cow. But now we've got Maui in a lot of trouble. Queen of Pain in the meantime takes top tower, and everything just calms down. Okay.
Yeah, that was good to back out right away when they saw those TPs. But Ember put that Remnant down to get back to the lane, so he... I don't know if... obviously he didn't think that... Oh, actually, they might have seen the
Radiant's top tower
Razor
is under
coming, because they did have a ward there.
Yeah, I think he also saw the plasma field coming towards him and was
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want any of this, please. I know those feelings. Anyway, I see we have a lot of new people on the stream. Once again, this is the Join Dota League playoffs between Out of Our League and Ease Disciples. It's a best of 3. I'm Llama Down Under, joined by KVO. I'm a new. I don't know whether you want feedback as well, but I certainly want feedback on how to get better. So if you want to leave that in chat, folks, you should feel free to. So anyway, but back into this game. Things surprisingly calm. 10 minutes in, 5 kills. Not the Dota I'm used to.
Yeah, the offlane went very well for the Dire. So the Radiant are trying to slow down and like recuperate what they lost.
If they
They need to
can,
get farm on the Ember.
if they can
like-
slow down and make it go late, they can win, right? It feels like they do
Yeah,
have the
I
better
think-
late game.
I think so. Maybe they need to try and get Legion a dual win now that she's level 6. Maybe smoke up with the Lina
But speaking of
and
smoke,
like bait out the Ember.
Out of Our Leagues has a smoke coming down bottom.
yeah.
That Quap with the Sonic Wave. Coconuts doesn't quite yet have the Death Ward, but there is the scream. There's going to be a Sonic Wave. McGraw, he gets the Shallow Grave up, but now Dazzle's in a lot of trouble. The Coconuts won't bounce, but McGraw is certainly going to end up dead. He actually does a huge amount of damage to the Remnants, and now they have the Snowball in, but Dazzle's already dead. Now he's all alone, and he got level 6 off of that, so Death Ward coming out. Laguna Blade finally takes down this raid boss of Beastmaster, but Pimpachek's going to need to land the Light Strike Array of Dreams to get out of here alive. Where is it? Are you doing it? Pimpachek only hits on 1, and Pimpachek most certainly going down. Shadow Strike just going to make this the slow but inevitable fall to Quap. And yeah, they killed the Beastmaster, but they lost 3.
Yeah, the Beastmaster did go down, but obviously probably worth it, and they're gonna get the tower too. So
And we're at like a 5,000 net worth lead for a team that, as we discussed,
Oh, really?
they have a timing window that
Yeah.
they have to hit, and I'm pretty sure they're going to hit it at this rate, right? There's
yeah,
going
this
to
is
be...
exactly what they wanted. Obviously, any team would want to start with this,
If things are going this well, do you just kind of raise their first item Aghanims to make sure you can death ball?
but yeah, it looks like he's not going straight mech. He's gonna get a drums, I think, and then maybe into Ags, Sange and Yasha. I don't know. There's a lot of different weird paths, but Aghanims would be a good choice, I think, to just 5-man and push down. They have like the really, really, really strong 5-man, so.
Yeah. And it's something where, since they are ahead in both net worth and experience, we often see these teams group up as 5 and then they maybe lose out on the experience and get into some trouble. But they're not going to with their advantage here, it feels like.
Yeah, the Lina just tried to pick off the Quap there, but that nice little Yule's nerf didn't let her get it off, because now it's, I believe, 500 550?
Yeah, the range.
575, yeah.
The range has changed. So Pinga
And
being
Quap's actually going Orchid first, so the Ember might have to think about a Manta style
Yep.
first.
And that's not what you want to do. You want to build
Yeah.
straight damage on that Ember, but having to go back for a BKB. Anyway, Pinga I'm pretty sure gonna have a lot of trouble here. There's the leash coming out, walking the dog. Quap jumping forwards, using that Shadow Strike, but nobody following her in. She uses herself up. This will get rid of the Shadow Strike at the very least. Ember coming in aggressively though. In the meantime, Legion Commander somehow got a pick off on the Beast Monster. Missed that. I don't know if it was a dual win. No, it wasn't
No, I
a dual
saw
win.
it. The Dazzle graved him. He would have died and given away damage, but they got the grave off, and then they killed him right after the duel.
Nice. So that is something, and it was a 1,000 gold swing, just because of how they all behind on this Ease Disciples lineup.
That's
So-
pretty big.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what happens. The rubber band in full effect. Lena might be getting stalked again. They might find Ember Spirit as well. They've got this super deep ward. I really like it. Meaning that, Queen of Pain, she does come in. McGraw, does he does have a remnant up, so he manages to jump out. But I don't think a Dazzle and Lena can deal with this Quap and Ogre Magi.
Yeah, that Dazzle might be dead.
Yeah, not a multicast. Oh, not multicast leveled up. There's a Sonic Wave. It misses the Dazzle. Did I see that right? Queen of Pain probably gonna pick off Teddy anyway. There's no Shallow Grave. Actually, Teddy doesn't have the Shadow Strike. The Courier, what are you doing, Courier? Gets the Light Strike array. Ingman taking a lot of damage, and they manage to get it. Well
That was a
played.
little. He just got the angle a little bit off. So he wanted to hit both of them, but I think just popping the Dazzle was a little bit more important.
Yep. And we have a DC, but holy cow, that exchange was almost 2,000 gold. So you've got to be happy with that, right? You're like, you're behind, you're making it back up. But that's how Dota works these days, right? It's like you do one good team fight, and it swings back to your opponents because of the rubber band.
Well, all this time they're just letting the Ember farm too, because he got out of there when the Quap blinked down, and then he just went to farm bot. So, I mean, this is space.
Yeah. And that is exactly what they need. Now, talking about Ember, you're behind. Do you still try to go for something like bots, Battle Fury, or do you just be like, nah, I'm Drum's life now?
I'm not an Ember player, but I think the bots is what he wants to pick up.
It
Bots
looks
are
like
just, yeah, but I'm not sure after that. Like, either he's gonna go Battle Fury or he's gonna go stats, so.
Yeah. And it's pretty terrifying because I feel like obviously you want the bots. It allows you to be super mobile, farm everywhere. It works very well with the fact that you have a remnant because you can TP home and then just remnant back out. But your squishy is all get up. Like,
Yeah, that's why I think he needs to go Manta. Like, Quap's just gonna, they're just gonna like Orchid, Roar, kill him if he doesn't get a Manta. So.
yeah. And BKB this game kind of subpar. There are a couple of stuns from the Witch Doctor and Ogre blocks, but all the other stuff goes through it because, you know, like,
Yeah, I don't think you want to get BKB usually on Ember. Like, that's not an item that you like, you don't want to have to be forced into buying it.
Yeah.
Like, Lincolns or Manta are two that you.
we have a
Radiant's courier.
roar
Courier down.
on the Courier.
Oh, did he roar it?
Primal?
Yeah.
He did. He
Yeah.
You
You can do that, yeah. You can do a lot of stuff. You can Fiend's Grip, you can Nether Strike.
well, he showed that Courier.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Not
I haven't
sure if
seen that
that's-
one before.
Well, I'm sure that's worth it, actually.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
yeah.
like 150 to each teammate. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's worth it.
Yeah,
so,
that's good.
okay, they just, okay, I gotta get be serious, very funny. Let's look at some item progression because, you know, we have the Yules on Lena. We actually are gonna maybe have the Aquila Drums build, both of those, on this Ember Spirit. And we've got, as you said, the Quap making an Orchid. The Razor now has picked up a nice Ogre Club. Not sure if this is BKB or Ags, and
That could be a Sanjin Yasha too, but
Yeah.
it may be... he probably would have gone Yasha first, so it's probably... probably Ags. Maybe. I'm not sure.
it's
We'll
okay,
see.
we'll find out soon. The other thing I wanted to mention is Beast Monster.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, who's dead? Oh goodness, yep. They used up the Ogre, but it's fine. They've got Blazemon, regardless of whether they throw out a Yules onto one of these mud golems. So, the other interesting thing is Beastmaster, I expected him to... He had a really great start. He seems to be having some trouble finding farm elsewhere on the map. After this fantastic start, I feel like with the axes, he should be pretty good about it.
Yeah, they didn't really stack the Ancients, which is like a great place to farm a lot as Beastmaster, and you don't have to take anything for the rest of your team, but... yeah, he's slowed down a lot. Now that once they got that tier 1 tower, you can't really go bottom anymore, because... Well, I mean, Radiant's gonna be in their jungle, so... he wanted to group up, but Radiant like did a good job of reacting, TPing in, going down, and they killed him twice.
And we're
so.
gonna have a Primal Roar out on Teddy, but there's no follow-up. They're just Primal Roaring to get this tower. Maybe a mistake. Here comes in the Snowball on Maui. There's gonna be a Sonic Wave that I think it actually did hit Maui. Doesn't matter. The Sonic Plasma Wave gets him anyway. Now Teddy trying to run it off. Light Striker Ray off the mark. Teddy's probably gonna go down here. He is super slowed up, but Light Striker Ray, maybe they have some follow-up, but the rest of the team isn't here. Multi-Ghost on Teddy as well. Just buys a tiny bit more time. He actually took years to kill. And I was really surprised they actually tried to take that team fight for E's Disciples because they were 3v5.
Yeah, they would been doing a really good job for the past couple of minutes and like staying spread out and like staying away from the full 5-man of the Dire, but got cut out there.
Yeah.
Now they might even give up Roche.
Yeah, Inner Beast isn't skilled yet, but they certainly have enough damage, it feels like, especially with this Razor Storm.
Medallion.
Yeah, so... And Medallion, it did get nerfed a little bit, but it is still fantastic for doing Roshan. So, anyway.
And Quap has finished up the Orchid, so...
Yeah, I really like this pickup. A lot of folks we do see rush the Aghanims, and it just feels like this is perfect to force the Ember to delay his damage items even more. He has finished the drums, but you're gonna need that Manta, so...
Yeah, against Ember it's a value item, like, way more than usual, instead of just going straight for Aghs. A safe lane, you can get it really quick, so...
Yep. So anyway, that's gonna bring us back to where we are. I have somehow lost Dota. There we go. Dota was acting a bit weird. We're at back around a 5,000 gold lead, but pretty much near zero experience. Well, around 1,000. It's nothing to write home about. One team fight can still wipe all of this away. And Legion Commander finally has her blink up, so I'm hoping we see some funky action. They're actually farming the Dire jungle. This to me, I know they have fantastic ward vision, but it still feels a little bit cocky.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get the tower top, but once they finish the Roche, they're obviously gonna like rotate and head over there. But actually, the Radiant have 2 wards in the same place. I guess that's gonna die soon, but
they have a lot of really close coverage here, which I was a bit surprised by. If the other team just took the Roshan, do you just try to dodge them for the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, you have to. That's why I thought he was gonna go bots. He actually went fades, but which I actually don't agree with at all because. Yeah, that's actually really weird because it was like a 15-minute phase instead of just saving it for bots, which I think are a lot more valuable. On Ember, you can just avoid the enemy team and just keep farming, staying away, rotating when you have, or like coming when you need to.
Yeah. So things gonna calm down. I'm waiting for
They smoked up mid, so.
Yeah, and I don't actually know where the smoke occurred because there was a deep ward there for the Radiant, but looks like...
True, they might have seen that.
Yeah, I can't tell if they saw it because Ember Spirit suddenly stopped farming the jungle, but maybe he just decided bottom lane is better? No, I feel like they must have seen it. Look at where
they're
their
all
positioning
grouped up
is.
on their tower, so.
Looks
yeah,
like
they just drew a
smoked.
circle.
Yeah.
In the whole map area, so
Yeah.
I guess they think they're somewhere on the Dota map.
Beastmaster has actually got level 2 Necronomicon, but isn't flying it out yet, probably just because he's smoked up and doesn't want to give that away in case there's a ward, but this is, we're getting attack speed aura buffs all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's about to start leveling the Inner Beast, so plus Bloodlust, it's gonna be pretty nuts.
Yeah,
somebody.
I'm excited to see who's going to be hitting all the time. I don't know who has the best attack animation on this side, so it'll be interesting to see exactly. But in the meantime, they might be able to take this mid tower. They're being wrapped around from behind. The weave does come out, but in comes Quap. She doesn't care about your weave. She's going to Sonic Wave. Teddy is still silenced. Will the Soulbone pop him? It doesn't quite. He can put up the... oh gosh, he's just going to buy his team time to get out, and he just saved everyone's life with that shallow grave. He's still alive somehow, and then he finally goes down.
Obviously, he doesn't want to die, but that was the best case scenario because they could have lost all 3 of them right there.
Yeah, and I completely agree, and it's one of those things, it's like, sometimes you have to die a bit in the offlane, sometimes as a support to buy both of your cores, a way to get out, you die, and it only costs them about 600 gold. I think you take that, although they might be losing this mid tower. Maui looking like he's trying to help the Legion push up top. We have some TPs back though, Maui coming home. I don't think they can fight this with only 4, and they don't even have the 4 because Legion and Ember are going away, so... Not quite sure what the E's Disciples game plan is here.
Yeah, Ember's just farming bot. He's got a TP, but I don't really see them being able to fight into.
And they actually they popped Bloodlust on the Necronomicon creep, and it was
did it go nuts?
Yeah, it was archering really fast because they put it on the ranged one, and I was like, well, You draw your bow quickly, friend. But yeah, in the meantime, Ember Spirit just dodging all over the place. He's got 1,500 gold saved up. There is a Aghanim's finished on Lena. Still not sure if this is enough for them to fight 5v5, especially with there is 0 duel damage on Legion Commander at 21 minutes in.
Yeah, that's actually horrible.
Gonna make
I
it.
feel like that should not be the case, but
I think just,
obviously Beastmaster going crazy was an issue.
yeah, certainly not expected. Quap actually blinking over Ember's head, just missing each other. The Hawk's gonna see him though, and he's used Searing Chains on the creeps though, so he has no way of locking him down. There's the silence coming out. Can he walk it off? He's gonna take quite a bit, but not any of the physical damage. McGraw goes down, and the bird even making sure that he can't juke around the trees so the Death Ward doesn't miss him. Oh.
Yeah, it was a good play.
Brutal. Yeah, and that's, yep, good 1,000 gold swing for out of our league, who have gotten back to their 5k net worth lead and almost back to their 5,000 experience lead, and they're going to keep shooting up. So, I'm a
I
little
feel
bit...
like he shouldn't have been farming there though, because they don't have any towers mid, like
Or any
Iris,
vision.
obviously. Yeah, like a little cocky.
We
they
have
went
it,
for
finally!
duel.
Our first duel win. Ogre Magi goes down. Legion Commander gets some help of the Laguna Blade. They're probably going to lose their tier 2 bottom. Actually, no, they're TPing in. Maui's the one coming in, though. I fear he's going to be in a lot of trouble. There's the Primal War, and he's just going to fall before anybody else can TP in. And yeah, that is the power. Inner Beast, Bloodlust. He dropped like a rock. That's all I got for weird phrases, so...
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And yeah,
Yeah,
suddenly...
now they're just gonna probably go top and get that last tier 2, and then try for a high ground, or maybe
They'll probably wait
they'll
for
wait
Roshan.
out for a Roche. Yeah.
Yeah. I do always, when you're playing up against a Dazzle, someone who can force you deeper and deeper, and Legion Commander, Ember Spirit, get you caught in weird places. I imagine that they'll wait for Roshan, but some
Yeah, they
teams
might.
just go for it.
Yeah, they're getting a Lincoln's too on Quap, so
Yep. So
they might wait for that item timing, and then there's a BKB done on Razor. He's going Ags now.
yeah, a bit surprised that he went the BKB first, but I guess that, you know, don't want to get caught by that Light Strike Array. There's definitely a snowball of Searing Chains, which could cause him bad positioning, so... Okay.
It's just making their 5-man even stronger. Like,
Yeah.
you can't really do anything to Razor right now.
So that we've got a smoke up actually from some of E's disciples. They're looking to get some more duel wins onto top. I don't know if they'll find anyone though, because as we pointed out of our league, playing as 5 constantly, they...
I don't know if that's the right play, because they're really behind right now. They might want to keep farming, but they might be able to
Oh.
pick off Razor.
Yep, there's the aggressive blink
Nice.
forward. There's the jeweled and the blade mail. They need the Laguna Blade. They get the Razor pick up, but they don't want to be here. Any small Sonic Wave killing off top right after getting the duel. If Lena and Maui can get out, this might be okay, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to against that Shadow Strike and nice Ice Shards, but that is the Quap who can blink. The silence comes out onto Lena. She's going to be taking any extra damage. She actually Yules us up the Quap, I think the right choice so she can escape, and they get out. So this is...
Yeah, that was good.
It's a good pick for them, and I missed the net worth. Oh, no, it's gonna come up. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty even, but I still think, considering they got the dual damage and they're so far behind, getting one pick off is always good for E's disciples.
Yeah, the dual damage is big, and any trades like that are totally worth it for the Radiant right now.
Her surprised finished blade mail also on this Legion Commander, it can be helpful, right? It's pure damage, it's at least gonna help them out somewhat, so...
Oh, there's Dazzle going down in his jungle.
Yeah, and he just got slowed by
Lena
everything.
might be.
I think she
pursued
has
as
the
well.
Yules up. She does have the Yules up. Quap is coming. She's probably... Oh, Lena actually not going to use the Yules. Warrior's Punch on the Quap, but now this means Maui is going to go down.
I don't think he should have snowballed that.
Yeah, I think the Ice Shards was enough, and you have to trust your Lena is going to use the Yules. And this is especially bad because you've lost 2, and there's going to be a push coming, so Maui not wanting to be down. Of course, he doesn't have the longest of respawn timings because he is so low level. So,
They got a really deep ward too on the Dire.
yeah.
You can
always-
see Ember if he wants to go farm that camp.
Always good for spotting out those rotations. We'll find out in about 5 seconds whether Roshan is long or short respawn. That's why I'm hovering over here. Because, of course, E's disciples want a super long one. It's about medium.
Dire's bottom
It's
tower
actually
Oh,
just
this is a, like the underdogs are winning right now, aren't they? Like,
Yeah. Out of
Okay,
our league,
so-
I mean... I think a
That's
lot of
cool.
these teams are more even. You know exactly how Join Dota League works. There's
Yeah,
people
yeah.
in different divisions, so I don't believe these two teams had played. It's just that E's Disciples is kind of the more known, more favored team, and out of our leagues was pretty destroyed by Prius, I think it was. That's who knocked them to the lower bracket, and it was
gotcha.
2 very one-sided games, so they're considered the underdogs, but hey, apparently they're doing quite well for themselves. They've certainly hit their timing. 25 minutes in, gonna be sieging that lost outer tower, and because they're doing so well, I don't think they'll fall off as early as a lot of these snowball lineups do. Definitely.
Yeah, let's see, they have all the almost all the towers down, so once they get all those down, they have to go high ground, sort of, and so that's usually when stuff either goes really well or like everything just throws. Yeah.
And the immediate back out from E's disciples, they see the glyph and don't want to be there, but Quap, she's going in ham on Maui, and Maui taking a lot of damage, but E Warriors punches her up, and the Light Striker Ray does manage to hit, but the Laguna Blade is popped by the Lincolns! Oh gosh, so, I mean, they got her, but, you know, they found out about the Laguna Blade, so, kind of a win.
Oh
At
wow,
least-
Beastmaster's... Oh, he's gonna go Guardian Greaves now. I was like, why are
Yeah.
you going mech so late? But
I was really surprised, actually, that he didn't go Blink. I feel like it gives you a lot of utility to get that initiation, so...
yeah, especially against Sunbirds.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
But, what's the cost point on Primal Roar? Can he get it off before Ember can Remnant?
No, if he's paying attention, he's gonna be able to Remnant, but like, sometimes you get surprised, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not
Also,
ready.
you can do it out of fog a little bit with Bird, I think.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's true.
So
Yeah, that's very true.
you could definitely, I think, blink kind of sideways into the trees or something and do it out of fog.
Yeah.
Either way, Ogre
And I
Magic
just saw
is-
the... I had never seen the Ogre put the Bloodlust on the tower before. I haven't played Dota in like...
yeah.
I haven't on my computer in like 3 weeks, but that was hilarious. The tower was like 3 times the size.
Huge. You can also do it to any allied building, so you can make it doesn't do anything, but you can make your racks huge, or your like moon wells or whatever. It's really quite comical. We're gonna see a smoke. This is 100% smoke positioning, just letting Razor finish off the ancients first. Blazemon halfway, 2/3 of the way to that Aghanim Scepter, and yeah,
Oh,
they-
he attacked and didn't get smoked, so...
yeah, like, only
That
one
was
of them
a little
was
sloppy.
smoked, and now
Yeah.
they completely sold this rotation for E's disciples because they have a ward. They might just take out bottom tower, though. I don't know if they're ready to fight yet, and Roche is falling very quickly.
Yeah, they probably can't contest the Roche, but...
It's kind of unfortunate. They can't contest the Roche, but they're also seemingly not making rotations anywhere else, so not looking like they're going to get anything out of giving away this free Roshan. Instead, it's just... yeah, gonna have to back up and get ready for the push. Do you think they can defend against this with their lineup? They actually have some decent wave clear between...
Yeah, I was gonna say, the Ember, if he can get this Battle Fury anytime soon, with all the like summons that Beastmaster has, he's gonna be able to cleave a decent amount onto the push, but
Yeah.
if he can't pick this up soon, then they might be able to get a tier 3 before he finishes that up.
And it's something they have to be careful about.
Lina
I'm
might
sure.
be going down,
Oh.
but...
Legion Commander also. They've got a snowball in again onto Quap. They popped her Lincolns now. Lina Pingachek could use that Aghanims if he feels like it, but he's not. Legion Commander now taking a lot of damage. Pingachek has the BKB, but physical attack's gonna go through it, and Death Ward on the backlines kills up top. A disastrous fight. Can Maui get out? I don't think anybody who can block it is nearby, so Maui is gonna get out. But oh, they lost 2, and they're about to get sieged. This is the perfect time to push high ground. They'll probably
Yeah,
actually...
no buyback on them as well.
Yeah. And that's the thing I think Ember Spirit's worried about. If he buys out right here, he won't have buyback, so... it's rough. He doesn't even have crit yet. He had a really rough early game. So, oh goodness, and I missed Teddy
Wow.
going down top. I'm not quite
Dazzle
sure...
almost solo killed that co-op, but that was
Yeah.
funny.
I completely missed that because I was looking over at Ember Spirit, but wow, Quap killing off Dazzle as well. And yeah, they're going for high ground. They're not bothering with the tier 2 top. We're gonna have only 2 to defend. They might have to give up a Rax and just go for the super late, but I don't know how long they can sustain. Sigil going down immediately. Here comes the Glyph. Maui is trying to throw out anything he can. Pingvachek will be, oh not Pingvachek, Top will be back in 2 seconds on that Legion Commander, but I don't know if they have enough. Overwhelming
is
odds
Rax.
needs to come out. And yeah, look at how fast this Necronomicon warrior is attacking.
Yeah.
That is the power of Beastmaster's passive, all of those things. Necronomicon warrior doesn't even go down. It's getting out at 40 health and a clean Rax for them. Now,
And Ember didn't have Battle Fury for that, so they literally couldn't do anything.
yeah, I don't think he wanted to buy out. He actually did buy a town portal scroll, so now he can't buy back. I'm not quite sure
Well,
the
he
thought
bought
process.
the Claymore. He had like 2.4.
Yeah, he had
just
enough
didn't
though
have
with
enough
buying
for
the
it.
Claymore.
Did he?
For
Or-
buyback.
Oh,
mean-
buyback, yeah.
I just find it weird that he like bought out and then like didn't buy enough. Anyway, he's gonna be getting there. It's nothing. They've lost a Rax. This game is getting harder. We're gonna see we're over 10,000 gold ahead for out of our league. It is a best of 3, so you know you can lose one game. But I don't I mean, yes, they certainly do have the late game on top, but they're not stopping this death ball. It's not quite a death ball, but they're not stopping this snowballing push lineup. And Guardian Greaves are out, Necronomicon 3. What do you go on a Beastmaster when you're this fat? I don't think I've seen one.
You could always go Refresher. That's always really strong. Blink, Ags, Deep Stick, Shivas. There's a lot of stuff. Basically, like more utility, making your team stronger. Auras are good.
Yeah, I would love to
You
see
might
more
want to get a
auras.
Vlad's, but
So, Vlad's would be nice, would help buff them up. Aghanims is up on the Razor. He's got a plate mail as well. Not sure if this is the AC or the Shivas. I think AC makes a bit more sense on Razor, but could go either way. Glimmer Cape coming out at Ogre, and Witch Doctor also. Witch Doctor almost has his Ags. Oh,
yeah, Witch Doctor's actually doing really well for himself.
yeah, so the Ags on Witch Doctor got changed in the last patch. His ult no longer bounces at level 3, but its damage got increased, and so getting the Ags at any point, right, super valuable, and this is terrifying.
Yeah, Witch Doctor's Ags is probably one of the top 5 most value upgrades, I think, in the game.
I would definitely agree
Yeah.
as a Dottie support player. But yeah, we got Legion Commando, hasn't really made any item progressions, has an Ogre Club. Lena also hasn't gotten much, that BKB not proving to be nearly enough. And they actually get caught pretty low, but of course she does have that Aegis. She's gonna take Dragon Slave to the face, doesn't go down there, putting up the Yules, but of course Lena gets slowed because of the passive. Trying to put her in the snowball, but they miss. Pingacheck's gonna go down here. Shallow Grave delaying the inevitable, tries to get off the Laguna Blade, but doesn't have Lana. There's a Jewel coming out. They actually managed to win the Jewel. Lena buys back, but she still has that Aghanims, but Death Ward is bouncing all over the place. Quap is back. Ingman doing a lot of damage, but gets hit by the Light Strike Array. Lena, do you have anything? The Lincoln's is up. I don't think they'll be able to take this tier 3 tower, but at the same time, and a very expensive hold coming out for E's Disciples. And they might actually just come back in. Oh goodness, Ember Spirit's still growing ham. He gets the soul, not the soul, but he gets the Orchid Silence on him. Light Strike Array finally coming out of Lena, but it's not enough to kill off the Quap, and now they finally have Dazzle Weave on all of these enemy heroes. They still need to do more damage, not single pointed though, because you'll get slowed, and Witch Doctor's like, nah, I got it. I have Voodoo Restoration maxed. My friends.
Oh, Ogre might get caught out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
No Yules.
It's gonna be a-okay. Pingacheck has like no mana. He might be able to catch Pelican. He might be able to see him here. Will that be a Yules? There's no. Oh, they do. They managed to get it. So they managed to catch someone on the back lines, and they didn't lose the tower. Kind of an impressive hold, all things considered, but I know they had to use a few buybacks. So Lena used hers, and the Legion Commander, I do believe, got another Jewel, but we're at 42 damage at 30 minutes. It's not enough, it feels like.
No, it's not. That's not gonna cut it. But at least they held the racks.
Yeah. And if this game goes later and later, right, Ember will get sizable.
Eventually Ember gets pretty annoying, and like doesn't really care if like the Rax goes down or not, because he can just kill the wave like in one hit, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Because like, I guess Dire's waves are a little bit different because they attack crazy fast and like they have necros and everything, so.
Well, I think that kind of benefits, it's a little bit, right? But having the extra necro creep to have in your Sleight of Fist, having the boar,
so,
it might help you out as it goes late.
Yeah.
So, and also you're immune, correct, in Sleight of Fist, so he's not going to die to the necro dying?
Yeah, he doesn't take the damage if he kills it while he's blighting.
So that's something, at the very least. We're going to be seeing, though, they're holding out well. I think that this lineup of, out of our league, it won't fall off for a while still, but once we hit that 50-minute mark, I think is when we might see it start to flag, because Ember should have either a second Battle Fury or, you know, full crit, and maybe even a second crit or second Battle Fury at that point.
Yeah, he just finished up his first crit, so...
Baby crit, I think he finished.
Yeah.
Baby crit, the little chrysalis. I actually think the chrysalis is better looking than the, like, how does a bow crit, guys? Like, if someone can explain it to me. But anyway, they're grouping up again for another push. They do not have that Aegis of the Immortal, but Quap working on her Shivas. AC gonna
There's an Axe too on Witch Doctor, so...
Yeah, he had that... Oh, I don't know if he had it last fight, actually, but yeah, he is...
No, he didn't. He just picked it up, like, 45 seconds ago, so...
Yeah, and I think that would have been devastating if he had it last fight, because I remember seeing it was almost killed off the Ember Spirit. He had to back all the way to the fountain in the middle of that fight, not where you want to be as an Ember Spirit.
Of invisibility.
So they might wait for Roche again before they go.
Oh, is that... It feels like... Okay, I feel like with their potential, couldn't they slow siege? Like, just with all of the
they
creeps?
could just go, I think, with the BKBs and go up the hill. But they might be too afraid, because last fight they, like... Well, they did get the buyback, so if they kill him again, they basically will take 2 Raxes, I think.
And we have a smoke, I think, coming out. Mass TPs back into their base. Their mid lane is pushed out and so on. They're gonna run right into... Oh, the Quap isn't there, and she
Quap
doesn't
is
have
top
bots
and
or
has-
anything.
yeah.
So they might be able to make this a thing. And yeah, but at the same time, Razor backing out, maybe realizing Blazemon that something funky's going on. I'm not super sure. But they're gonna run into the Beastmaster at least. They attack the bull. Beastmaster, he gets snowballed in. Do they have a duel? They have. Okay, I
Nice.
thought he died before the duel, but they got the duel as well. Top suddenly 60 damage. That is something. And even though it was, 5-man smoke, maybe you're hoping to catch more at this point in the game. 1.5k gold swing, you'll take it.
Yeah, that was good.
So
They could have gotten all 3 people if they were up on that hill, I think, but they started rotating back. at
And
the
it's a
same time.
long Roshan. Look at this. They
Oh,
are
yeah.
getting really lucky on this side of E's Disciples because if they can buy more time, they can win this. So you're like, nah, I don't think so.
Well, no, they definitely can because obviously they're gonna fall off in the Dire pretty hard actually. Like Razor doesn't go super crazy late game, and he just went Ags BKB. So if this goes, alright, if they can like stall this for 10-15 minutes, they are gonna start owning them in fights, I think.
Yeah. And sorry about viewers watching that. I just realized I had settings on for my playing Dota, and that explains why my camera's been moving randomly out of control. But looking at some new item pickups, I'm not seeing anything big. Neither the Razor nor the Quap has finished their respective huge armor items. Quap's quite far away from hers. Razor's getting pretty close though. And that's just, another big item pickup that we're gonna see that'll really help them siege. AC, of course, weakening towers as well. So
I think they need to keep trying to pick off one person. They see that Quap doesn't have any TPs with that ward right there.
yeah.
So do they have a smoke? Let's see.
I feel like they should have some more because they're all out of stock, but maybe they're on some of the heroes, so no. And Tusk picked up a gem. I don't know when that happened.
Yeah, they want to get rid of the vision in their base so they can smoke. And the Dire actually don't have great coverage right now.
Yeah.
Obviously they have birds, but
Neither side actually has great coverage. I'm a little bit surprised because we're not in the point of the game where like we saw huge D-ward wars, so there are a few wards in stock for either side, but I guess just wanting to use the bow.
Okay, they got it. They're gonna get rushed now. They're probably gonna go right for bottom after this.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised they didn't take any moment just while, you don't have the Aegis, but isn't it still nice to just take out this tier 2 tower top? I feel like it's just a nice way to get yourself some extra farm.
I mean, that's probably like the least important tower.
Yeah.
For the, least important lane at least for, I don't know, but...
Yeah, doesn't provide any extra map control, and getting down the bottom means that you can siege this jungle much more. Oh gosh, when you draw as on the map by yourself as the broadcaster, it like does funky things. It just gave me scary squiggles. So either way, here comes the siege, and Legion Commander rocking that 60 damage, a full BKB. I'm kind of surprised by the BKB pickups, but at least they're not going to be stunned up by Ogre Magi and Witch Doctor, but they're going to really need to stop this Death Ward channeling, and Witch Doctor might just be put under a Glimmercave. Blazemon then going in super ham, Ember Spirit Remnants all the way home.
They're so strong with the Bloodlust. I don't even know how they're...
Yeah, and so here we see everything's falling really quickly. Holy cow, the tower's going down so fast. Look at the Bloodlust and the inner passive. But here comes the ult. The dual damage doing nothing to Blazemon, and he eats up the cheese, taking nothing there. Sonic Wave coming out from Quap. Everybody's dead. There's the nice saving grace on Pingachek. Actually goes up into the air, and there is their GG call. So that is going to be the end of game 1. We have Blazemon actually going down. Quap loses the Aegis, but this is game 1. Oh, coconuts bouncing, and the throne explodes. Either way, thank you everyone for watching. I'm Llama Down Under. This is my awesome co-caster, KVO. He's joining me. He's got lots of Dota knowledge, bringing all of that awesome stuff to the cast. I'm a new caster. I would love your feedback on how to get better. You can find me on Llama Down Under on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all as Llama Down Under. And I would love your feedback. And if you'd like to do any shout-outs or anything, KVO?
Shout out to, Damascus and Fire. This is my first cast ever, so it was pretty fun. But...
And you were excellent. You brought lots of game knowledge. We're gonna work on getting into that second lobby, so we'll be right back quick and see you guys all shortly.
Cool.